If someone from the year 3026 stood in front of you today, would you even recognize them as human? At first, maybe. 2 arms, 2 legs, a face. But after a few seconds, you'd begin to notice things that don't quite make sense. The way they move, the way they look at you, the way they seem to understand you before you've even said a word. Something's different. Something's changed. And the more you look, the less familiar they become. So what happened? How did we get from here to there? And more importantly, are we already on that path right now? So, let's start with where we are. Today, right now, this body you're in, it's the result of hundreds of thousands of years of slow change. But here's something most people don't realize. We're not finished. We've never been finished. In fact, if you met someone who lived just 10,000 years ago, they'd look more different than you probably imagine. Their faces were different. Their jaws were stronger. Their lives demanded different bodies than ours do today. They adapted to their world, and we're adapting to ours. But here's the difference. The pace is quickening. And now, for the first time in human history, we're not just being shaped by the world. We're starting to shape ourselves. Here's what makes this millennium unlike anything before. For most of human existence, change was slow. It took thousands of generations for a trait to become common. But the next 1,000 years won't be like the last 1,000 because we're approaching something unprecedented. Exponential change. Think about this. 100 years ago, airplanes were new. Now we carry computers in our pockets that are millions of times more powerful than the ones that sent humans to the moon. Change doesn't happen in straight lines. It happens in curves, and the curve is getting steeper. 3 forces are pushing us forward. First, genetic engineering. We're learning to read the code that builds our bodies, and we're learning how to rewrite it. Today, scientists can already edit the DNA of living organisms. Second, artificial intelligence. We're building machines that think, that learn, that grow. Today, AI can already write, paint, solve problems, and even hold conversations. It's crude now, but it's improving faster than anyone expected. Third, space exploration. We're no longer bound to Earth. Our future might involve other planets, other environments. These 3 forces are converging. And when they do, everything changes. Not slowly, not gradually, suddenly. So if the last 10,000 years transformed humans, what will the next 1,000 do? So let's imagine. What could we actually look like? One possible future looks something like this. Let's start with what nature might do on its own. Imagine humans living on another planet. On a world with lower gravity, we might grow taller. Our bones might become lighter. On a world with higher gravity, we'd be shorter, stronger, more compact. What about our skin? On a planet with more radiation, our skin might darken, develop natural protection. On a planet with less sunlight, we might become pale, almost translucent. Our eyes would adapt too. On a dim world, larger pupils would help us see. On a bright world, darker irises would protect us. Of course, evolution doesn't follow a script. It responds to whatever helps us survive. For thousands of years, that's how it worked. Environment shapes us. But here's where everything changes. What if we don't wait for nature? What if we engineer those changes ourselves? Imagine deciding your child's eye color before they're born. Imagine choosing stronger bones instead of hoping for them. Imagine disease becoming a design choice instead of a diagnosis. That's not science fiction anymore. It's happening now. In laboratories, in clinics, in research facilities. It's crude today, but in 1,000 years, it could be as simple as choosing a menu. Now imagine taking it further. It's your 83rd birthday. Your doctor smiles. Your lungs have reached the end of their life. You nod, Not because you're dying, but because tomorrow you'll receive a brand new pair, stronger, more efficient, longer lasting. First your heart, then your lungs, then your bones, then your eyes. One by one, every part of you gets upgraded, until eventually you look in the mirror and realize you're the only biological human left. Of course, none of these predictions may come true. Humanity has surprised itself before. The future has a habit of choosing paths nobody expected. But if current trends continue, this is where we might be heading. But there's another layer to this. What if our minds change as well? Think about how you think right now. Words, images, feelings, all of it trapped inside your skull. But what if that changed? What if you could connect your mind to technology? What if you could access information without learning it? What if you could remember things that never happened to you? If you could back up your memories tonight? Would you? This isn't science fiction. People are working on this right now. Crude versions, early attempts. But in 1,000 years, it could be seamless, invisible, normal. Your descendants might not need to learn languages. They might not need to memorize anything. They might think in ways we can't even describe today. Not better or worse than us, just different. And that raises a question. At what point does someone stop being human? When their body is artificial? When their mind is augmented? When they've changed everything nature gave them? We don't know. But we can feel the edge of it approaching. Which brings us to the deepest question. If our bodies change, if our minds change, if we become something different, are we still human? Think about it. 1,000 years from now, someone might look back at us and see a beginning, an early draft, something unfinished. They might wonder how we lived with our limitations, our short lives, our fragile bodies, our minds that forget. They might think of us the way we think of the very first people who ever looked up at the night sky. Familiar, but distant. And yet, there might be something we carry forward. Something that doesn't change. The way we wonder about the stars. The way we ask questions we can't answer. Maybe that's what makes us human. Not our bodies. Not our minds. Something else. Something harder to define. But we don't know for sure. And that's what makes this so fascinating. So, what will humans look like in 1,000 years? The truth is, we don't know. We can't know. The future is unwritten. Perhaps we'll look back at today and laugh at how simple we were. Or perhaps we'll look back and wish we'd held on to something we lost. Perhaps we'll become something our ancestors would never recognize. Living in machines, floating between worlds, existing in ways we can't yet imagine. At the beginning of this video, I asked you a question. If someone from the year 3026 stood in front of you today, would you even recognize them as human? Maybe not. Or maybe the one thing you'd recognize is that they're still asking the same questions we are. 1,000 years from now, someone will ask, what were humans like back then? And they'll be talking about us. What do you think happens after this?